All right. What's good, everybody? It's your man's Ken Jackson. This is the Ken Jackson Experience. Welcome to my first official broadcast in a while. It's been quite a while, and but we're gonna do this thing tonight. So tonight got a very interesting little discussion here, and you can chime in, you can call in here in a little bit when I open up the phone line, and but we're talking about rich men and broke women, and it's something how it's something how a rich man can change a woman's life overnight. Us guys, we're more attracted to looks. A pretty woman can do a lot for most men. They don't have to have anything. They don't have to be a certain status, in society. Literally, a pretty woman can be completely broke, and a rich man, a wealthy man, will change her life, give her the world. You know what I'm saying? But it's quite the opposite when it comes to women. Most women, on the other hand, won't deal with a broke man. And you can have a wealthy woman, but she won't have 2 minutes of time for a broke man. Because women are more attracted to the finances. They're more attracted to what they see as security. A lot of times you'll see a lot of women with guys, so-called bad boys. Of course, they love them bad boys. I guess they feel like the bad boys are the ones that can protect them, makes them feel safe. When in actuality, most of the time they need protection from that bad boy that they like so much. But it's a shame how the relationship dynamic works between men and women. Because like I said at the beginning, a rich man will accept a broke woman, and welcome her into his world, into his orbit, and basically hand her the keys to the castle. And then, in a lot of cases, at least 50% of the time, they end up in divorce court, and she ends up taking half or more of his wealth. How does that work? You know what I mean? But why is that? Why is it that a man is expected to have his whole life together before most women will give him the time of day, but on the other side of the coin, a woman doesn't have to have any damn thing, doesn't have to have anything going on in her life, and a lot of guys will come along and give them the world. I never could understand that. Even when I was younger, I could never understand that. And I have to say, I've had the pleasure of having some awesome women in my life over the years. And I didn't I wasn't rich, so to speak, um, but I was a good provider, and I always made sure that I provided everything, you know, that they needed. In fact, my motto is always, I'll give you everything you need and some of what you want. You know what I'm saying? But now here I am, almost 60 years old, single, uh, financially much better than I've been uh, in the past. And probably because I am single, I haven't had to spend much money because me personally, I don't require a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very, very frugal type of guy, very conservative in how I live my life, uh, which is funny too because as cautious as I am about spending, I have no problem breaking the bank on something that I want. If I see something and I want it, I'm gonna go get it. But I've never been that guy though that's been driven by chasing the bag. I've uh, never been the type of dude that would uh, spend my entire days just trying to get money. Um, and I've always had enough. I've always had more than enough. Even when it didn't seem like I had enough, I always had enough. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm a very patient guy, I guess. I don't, I've never been that dude that required something, right now. And I got to get it right now, no matter what, you know, uh, by any means necessary. That's never been me. Um, because at the end of the day, once you get to the end of the race, all the shit you accumulate in your life is going to get left behind. And it's going to get left behind for somebody else to fight over, which is another thing that's always, you know, baffled me about people. They wait for you to die so that they can fight over your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I've made sure that I'm not leaving nothing for nobody to fight over. You know what I'm saying? I've seen families fall apart when a matriarch or a patriarch would pass away. Families would fall apart, fighting over the material possessions that was left behind. And I'm thinking, what are y'all fighting over stuff for that this man or this woman worked so hard to accumulate in their life? Why don't you work to accumulate some stuff in your own life? And so, but getting back to the subject, why is it though that men have to have their entire life together before they can land a woman? Uh, um, and I'm not even talking about a good woman, because a lot of these women that these dudes end up with are trash. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women don't give a damn about the dude. All they care about is what's in his bank account. And as soon as his bank account ain't up, they're out. You know what I mean? So what kind of what kind of life is that when your relationship is only based on what you have, or what your guy has, or what he can provide for you when you're not providing anything? I always hear these discussions, and the women, nowadays I guess a lot of guys are getting uh, more selective in the women that they're with. because now guys are asking, yo, what do you bring into the table? You know what I'm saying? I heard a woman, say that a lot of women I hear in these discussions online, I hear women say, well, he has to be bringing something to the table. I'm thinking he brought the damn table. You know, he not only did he bring the table, but he bought the house that the table is in. You know what I mean? And everything that's on top of the table, he brought it. You know what I'm saying? So it amazes me, the thought process that a lot of these women had, in regards to, what was going to determine whether or not they dated a guy or if they married a guy. What's he bringing to the table? The fucking table. You know what I mean? I'm bringing the table. All right. Now you set that motherfucker, and prepare it, make it look good. I brought it in. You know what I mean? Don't ask me what I'm bringing to the table. I brought the damn table. But it's sad though. It's really sad how the relationship dynamic works, and we really, gotta find a better way, because in all reality, men and women need each other, and whether you want to admit it or not, men and women are different. There are certain things that are man things, and there's certain things that are women things. It's just the way it is. Nature made it that way. I didn't make it that way. But I get so sick and tired though when I hear that people trying to push this narrative that men and women are equal. It's impossible for men and women to be equal because we are not the same creatures. We are two totally different creatures. And nature has designed each one of us for different roles. But we're designed so that if we come together in harmony, then we operate as one. It takes the two to become one. You follow what I'm saying? And but a lot of these women don't understand that concept, or they don't want to live by that concept. They want to, they want a man to give them everything, and make sure that they make sure that they have everything, and a lot of these women want to sit back and not really have to. And marriages and relationships take a lot of work on both parts. And don't think I'm bashing women, because I'm not, because men have a major responsibility too when it comes to keeping a household together. There's, men are supposed to be the providers, the hunters, and women are supposed to be the gatherers and the nurturers. You know what I mean? Men are supposed to be the protectors of the home, the soldiers, the ones that go out and fight the wars, while the women hold it down at home and raise the kids and make sure that the kids are all good. We have our roles. And like I said, I didn't make it that way. Nature made it that way. But humans, we've become so disillusioned, and so arrogant to think that we can go against the calling of nature. You know what I'm saying? We always want to change shit. We always want to make it what we want it to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why the lines are even blurred now. You know, there's a lot of people that don't recognize uh, men and women. You know, they don't recognize uh, genders. You know, and it's just crazy to me what's going on in our society now. It's ridiculous. Um, I'm probably going to be single the rest of my life. You know, and that's not by choice. That's just because going to uh, I'm not going to allow myself uh, to be pulled into a situation where I'm expected to make it all happen. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, I'll here's an example. I have a friend of mine. He's been married a long time. Uh, you know, him and his wife are very good friends of mine. Love them both to death. Love them to death. Uh, but she is very, very aggressive. Very, very masculine. You know, she wants to be the head of the household, but she doesn't want to be the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? She wants him to go out and work, all day, every day, make all the money, pay all the bills, um, and provide, all the whatnots. But she wants to call all the shots. You know what I mean? She wants to be the shot caller. She wants to be the boss. And I'm like, no, 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 no. No, can't be that way. If he's going to be out there providing for you, he should have a pleasant and peaceful and stable home to come home to every day. He shouldn't have to go out and work all day, every day, and then come home to abuse, to come home to nagging and the constant whining of, yeah, I want this and you need to do this. A man shouldn't have to come home to that. He shouldn't come home to a fucking dump, a pigsty. You know what I mean? But you have a lot of women out here that will sit at home all day, every day, complain about their life, complain about what they don't have. When they got a roof over their head, they got food, in their belly, they got a safe and comfortable space to exist in. But they won't take care of the home. So a man's out working all day, every day, making the money, and doing his part to provide. And then he has to come home to a nasty ass home. He has to come home to no dinner on the table. He has to come home to nothing but nagging and abuse. No man wants that. No man wants that. And I've been in those situations myself, a time or two. And then, ended up having to go my separate way because I wasn't going to work myself to death and then come home, and get abused, the rest of the night. It was bad enough, getting abused by my customers and clients all day, every day. I wanted to come home to peace. So I've been by myself now probably about 4 or 5 years now. Now, the last relationship I was in, I actually left the relationship on my own, and not because it was a bad relationship, believe it or not. It was just the reality of me realizing that I was no longer at a point where I could provide her everything that she expected of me. So I did the manly thing and said, hey, I'm going to step back. I'm going to fall back because I can't give you everything that you need. Not everything that you want. I can't give you everything that you need. Couldn't do it anymore. Not because I was tired of doing it or because, I didn't want to anymore. I literally could not. And I won't get into the details of that because that's really private and personal between her and I. But there's a lot of people out here who, a lot of men and women out here don't even try. They don't even fight. They don't even, make an effort, to make their relationships stronger, or to make their relationships last. It's real easy it's real easy now to just throw somebody away and and act as if they really didn't matter in your life. And let me tell you something. When I was young, I did a lot of stupid things. First time I was married very young. And I left that situation. Not because there was anything wrong with her. She was wonderful. I was stupid. I was young and dumb. Feeling my oats. Thought that I was missing out on shit. You know what I mean? And so that was my loss. My bad. My fault. But then I was married 2 more times after that. So I've been married 3 times in my life. The second time I was married was all for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying? It was just a stupid situation from day one. Shouldn't have got involved with this chick. And it was basically my karma for fucking up my first marriage. And I lost big, I lost real big. But that didn't stop me from, that didn't turn me against being married, because I think it's very important that, if people are going to be together, that eventually they get married and build a life together. So it was several years after that I got married for the 3rd time. And the 3rd time was the charm. The 3rd time, my 3rd wife is the one that provided me my children. We had three awesome kids. They're all grown now. And let me tell you something. My kids are everything to me. And now my grandkids. I have 3 wonderful grandkids. Y'all see, I post my grandkids a lot, because they bring me a lot of joy. But my children's mother and I had some differences, and I'm not going to get into the details of that, because we had some serious differences. And that was the one situation, where I felt like I was done dirty. You know what I'm saying? But even though I felt that way, I still understood the fact that it took the both of us to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that I did a lot of wrong and she did a lot of wrong. It wasn't that way. It was just circumstances, took us down a particular road, and it became toxic in the end. So we ended that situation. But out of that, out of that marriage came my kids, and eventually my grandkids. Now, today I'm happy to say that my ex-wife and I are tight. We've mended our differences, and it was a lot of tough years. We bumped heads about a lot of things, but we managed to raise our kids, and all of our kids turned out very well. Um, no jailbirds, no pending charges or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm very happy that the kids grew up, and they're achieving their dreams. They're still working toward their dreams, but they're still young, um, so it worked out in the end. But spent a lot of lonely years, while they were growing up. A lot of lonely years. Um, Rebuilt my finances, obviously, because the divorce was hard on both of us. Believe me. But rebuilt my life. You know, um, I'm still the same guy I've always been. If you knew me growing up, the only thing different now is when I was a kid, I was real quiet and shy and timid, and I'm not that guy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying I'm loud and boisterous or anything like that, but I'm not shy anymore. You follow what I'm saying? And I'm not that timid dude who used to just, let stuff pass without saying it. Nah, now you're gonna hear about it. You know what I'm saying? And I have to tell people now, don't ask me a question if you don't want to know the fucking answer. If you don't want to know my answer, because I'm not that dude that's gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna answer based on what I feel and what I know. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and I've been fortunate in life. I've traveled all around the world. I've made a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But I never uh, have been able to find that woman, that was willing to ride it out with me, till the end. Because now society is so fucked up. A lot of women are damaged now, damaged goods. You know what I'm saying? They've been with all of these knuckleheads over the years, all these buster ass dudes that let them down and gave them a hard way to go. So now, most of the women I meet now got problems. They got issues with dudes. And I'm not a doctor. You know what I mean? I'm not a doctor. And don't get me wrong, there's someone who's very, very close to me. I love her to death, would do anything for her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist, Um, hell, I need therapy my damn self. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm damaged, you know. I'm probably very hard to get along with now. And not because I'm not a nice guy or not a good guy. I'm just very opinionated. I'm very direct. And I'm not as Uh, I'm not as forgiving as I used to be. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm not gonna allow myself to be stepped on and walked on and and pushed in a certain direction. So I'm not that dude that'll just sit back now and be like, hey, whatever she wants, happy wife, happy life. Nah, I don't believe in that concept. Mm-mm. No, no. Happy life is two people working together in harmony. And yeah, every day won't be roses. We will have some tough days and we will have some wonderful days. But she has to be just as willing as me to to tough it out during the tough days. You know what I'm saying? She has to have my back. My most important thing, something that rests heavy with me, is loyalty. Loyalty. If you're loyal, I will do anything for you. Just be loyal and be truthful and don't hold nothing back. Speak your mind. Tell me what's on your mind, because I can't read your mind. And a lot of women think men can read minds. I don't know why, but they think men can read minds. And then when we don't read their minds properly, they bug the fuck out, and tell us, oh, you don't know shit, you don't pay attention to me, and you don't listen, and oh, I can't read your mind if you're not telling me what's going on. And if we can't sit down and talk about it, then what do you want me to do? I'm not about to sit here and try to guess, what's going through your head. I'm not going to do that. I will do everything I can, to try to understand what you're going through and try to help you find solutions. I will definitely help you work the problem. That's something I learned, in the military. When there's a problem, you work the problem. You know what I mean? But when you're in a relationship, it takes two, and it ain't about my money. Because I honestly don't care. I'll give you all my damn money. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't mean that much to me, the finances. It means a little bit more to me now that I'm older, because I want to make sure that I'll be able to take care of myself in my old age, but as far as, as far as, whatever woman in my life, hey, I need this, I need that. I'm still of the philosophy, I'll give you everything you need, but and still some of what you want. You know what I mean? So it's funny though, again, a rich man will come in and change a woman's life, but a rich woman won't give 2 minutes of a man her time. Think about that. Think about that. All right, so I was going to open up the phone lines, but I changed my mind. I don't even want to talk to anybody right now. I don't know if I have the energy to have that conversation right now. So we're going to do that on another night. But check it out. Listen, November's coming up. Vote blue. Up and down the ballot, from the bottom to the top. Vote blue. In order for us to see any change in this culture, in this society, we have to have a president who has the full support of the Senate and the House of Representatives. That's the only way our government will work. When we have a divided government, nothing gets accomplished. And our government's been divided now for quite a long time. Actually, our government has been divided probably most of my lifetime. because people don't vote up and down the ballot. They'll vote a certain way for president, but then when it comes down to their senators and the House of Representatives, they vote a different way. And when it comes to the local politicians, they vote a different way. And so uh, we never have the right people in the right places, to make sure that things can happen. So vote blue. Vote blue. I don't care how you feel about Kamala Harris. Damn it. She needs to be our next president. But we also need to get control of the House of Representatives and need to maintain control of the Senate if we want to see true change in America. You know what I'm saying? Because if the Republicans, and I'm not talking about real Republicans, I'm talking about these MAGA freaks that have taken over and turned the Republican Party into something totally unrecognizable. We need to get these MAGA freaks out of office. And that's from the local level all the way up to the federal level. All right, so in November, vote up and down from the bottom to the top. You know what I'm saying? Vote blue. Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, 2024. And in your local, your state and local Senate, in congressional races, vote blue. Let's take back this country and let's make this country what it should be. We're already great. And I don't care what some of my black friends and families out there say. Yeah, America was built on slavery. America lives in racism. We do. That's just a fact. But a lot of people that came before us fought the good fight in order for us to have the rights that we have now. So I don't hear that bullshit about, I can't do this, and this and that, and they're against us because we're black. Fuck that. We got a lot of power. The problem with the black community is we don't exercise it. We're so busy tearing each other down that we can't see the forest for the trees. We're our own worst enemy in the black community. So knock off that bullshit. Get out here. Your vote counts. Your vote matters. Because if it didn't, the Republican Party would not be fighting so hard to stop your vote, and the Democratic Party wouldn't be fighting so hard to get your vote. So think about that. We're not living in the Matrix. We're not living in a simulation. This is real life. The universe works in some crazy ways that we don't understand and we will never understand. But the fact is, we're here, we're in the now, and we need to do what we need to do now so that we can make the future better for our children and grandchildren. Because it's over for us. If you're my age, it's a wrap. We've lived our lives. You know what I'm saying? Our generation has fucked up a lot of shit. Be honest. You know what I'm saying? We've probably taken our culture back 50 to 100 years with the bullshit, and the ones coming up behind us are so fucked up they don't know what to do. But vote blue, 2024. All right, I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This has been the Ken Jackson Experience. I am out of here. I will see y'all, sometime this week. We got some things coming up. Peace. Oh, like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a dime. I'm not trying to sell you no merchandise or anything like that. I'm not trying to send you no emails or any of that crazy bullshit. Just like, subscribe to the channel. Help me out with the algorithm. All right? Peace. I'm out.